Good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to apologise in advance if the lighting's not brilliant after several days of unseasonable beautiful sunshine here in Warwickshire. Autumn's finally descended and it's raining like crap outside. But we're going to make the best of the conditions on the channel and we're going to crack on with a little stack of goodies I've got over the last couple of weeks. This one's going to be a lot shorter than my Eureka collection, which went on and on and on and on, and if anybody actually made it to the end, I thank you and I hope you enjoyed it. So without further ado, let's crack on. First of all, I went to my local CEX, and people slag CEX a lot off, and myself included sometimes, particularly due to the ridiculous postage charges. But having said that, in my local store, they're really good. I went in there and I'd left all my vouchers at home and I like a prat. And there was something I wanted. So I said to the manager, any chance you can stick these behind the counter and I'll come back tomorrow? And yeah, no problem. Couldn't do enough for me. He's a great guy. And the first one being the Three Musketeers 4K. I think these are great childhood memories. These are just brilliant action films from the 70s that I grew up with and I love them. And I had to upgrade my Blu-rays, so I took the Blu-rays in the next day as well to trade in against these and made them quite a good price and not too much for holding my vouchers. So that's the Three Musketeers on 4K, and to go with that, luckily they had the Four Musketeers as well, so I had to pick that up again. Oliver Reed, what a guy he was. He's in these films, fantastic stuff. Also from CX, I went there on a separate occasion and they had the Arrow version of My Stepmother is an Alien, which I'd never seen and one I'd always wanted to give a go, so I took that to counter, again paid for vouchers, and I was talking to the same manager who put me Musketeers films behind the counter for me, and this has actually been his copy, and he's a bit younger than me, believe it or not. I know it's hard, that, isn't it? And he didn't like the film. He thought it was a bit ooky, not his target audience, too young for it I think when that come out, but I gave it a watch and I really enjoyed it. I thought it just ridiculous fun, and Kim Basinger in it was amazing. Yeah, good film. I recommend that to anybody who hasn't seen it. A lovely slipcase as well. So that's My Stepmother is an Alien. Can't believe I got to 54 and never seen that one before. Next up was a charity shop find. A film I had seen before, owned on DVD, District 9, and for 50p or whatever it cost, I'll gladly upgrade that to a Blu-ray because it's a great film. Real social commentary on that one. No surprise it's set in South Africa with them segregating the aliens that arrived. Yeah, really good stuff, that. Next up, for a couple of quid from Amazon, was a film I know I've had before. I bought it from Poundland. I can remember buying it, but what I've done with it, whether I've traded it in, I've no idea. But we were talking about it a few weeks ago and I was saying, yeah, I've got that one, and looked on the shelves, couldn't find it. So for £2.99 I think it was, I had to get it again. A good modern day Western. We often have the little chat between myself, Larry, James, about modern day Westerns, and that's one of the better ones. Next up, another Amazon pretty cheap pickup. It's Fierce Creatures, a film I've never seen. It's supposed to be sort of a spiritual follow-up to A Fish Called Wanda, which is a great film. Another one I need to upgrade at some point, but I believe it's out of print. So I'm looking forward to giving that one a watch, because if it's anything half as good as A Fish Called Wanda, I'm sure it's going to be a right rollicking time. So yeah, that's Fierce Creatures. Now, as usual, my stack's falling over. As usual, viewers of the channel will know, my friend Larry, he's always looking after me. And in this stack, there's no exception to that. Always find it incredible generosity. Always blows me away. Truly humbles me. I'm lucky to have such a great friend who, along with James, we talk every day, have a laugh, put the world to rights, try and help with each other's problems. And yeah, he's certainly looked after me again. The first one being an incredible film. The 4K of silent running. I couldn't remember the name of it then. Clean out my head. But this is a great film. I have it on the Eureka on the Masters of Cinema collection, so I won't be getting rid of that soon because it's numbered and I want them all eventually, but it'll probably never happen. But this is a great 70s space film. I think everybody was trying to cash in on the popularity of Star Wars at the time, and it's about Bruce Dern. He's running with a couple of other guys, sort of like the spatial equivalent of the Eden Project, if you like. He's got all these botanical gardens growing in space on his spaceship in these big domes, and he's given the order to close it all down, kill him off, return to Earth. Bruce Dern, being the botanical genius that he is not prepared to do that, so he gets against orders and with the help of some little robots to help him out. It's really good, pretty dark in places. I recommend anybody who hasn't seen that, give it a watch, because I think it's a sci-fi film that not a lot of people talk about, and more people should see that. That is fantastic stuff. Give that a go. Next up, also from Larry, a film that I had the Blu-ray off, so glad to upgrade that to the 4K, mate. That's a great little crime caper, which he knows I'm a fan of. I love me crime films. Bit of Liam Neeson in that as well, is he? Yes, he is, yeah. It's a long time since I've seen it. Like Liam, always a fan of his stuff. Not one of his usual brainless type, beat everybody up type of things he does these days. But yeah, really good film that. I look forward to giving that a watch again in 4K. Thank you, mate. And again from Larry, this is one I had in DVD before. Russell Crowe, The Water Divine. I've seen that a long time ago. Can't remember much about it, to be honest. But Russell Crowe's great. Again, sort of a modern day Western type setting, which is the topic of the day recently with us. So I'll give that another watch very soon. Thank you very much, Larry. Again, much appreciated, but you know that, mate. Thank you. And up last, but by no means least, my son was visiting his girlfriend's university digs in Northampton. They've got a CEX round the corner, and they're always willing to oblige to go in there and get me anything I want that they've got in stock. So when I saw they had this, it was a no-brainer. For £12, a 4-movie set, Marlene Dietrich, Universal Studios, 1940 to 42. I'm a big fan of Dietrich's work, if I'm even pronouncing that right. That's such a big fan that I'm not sure whether I'm saying it right. Since watching films like Destiny Rides Again and The Amazing Blue Angel, them sort of really turned me on to her work. She always seems to play a similar sort of character, really, like sort of a sultry barroom singer that trouble seems to follow her around, but you know, she's really good at it. She just lights up the screen, in my opinion. So when I see this for £12, I just had to get him to grab it. I've seen one of them already, Seven Sinners, where, surprisingly enough, she plays this sultry barroom singer where trouble seems to follow her everywhere. She's living on a Pacific island, and every bar she works in, there's always a fight, and she gets deported onto the next island. And in this bar she's working at the time, in comes John Wayne's character, who's a lieutenant on an American battleship, and again it all goes south from there, which is well worth the watch. And I'm sure if the other 3 films are half as good as that one, and the other 3 being The Flame of New Orleans, The Spoilers, and Pittsburgh, I think 1 or 2 of them are westerns, which also ticks a lot of boxes for me. And I can't wait to finish off that box set. So that's everything I've got the last few weeks. Yeah, it's a lot shorter than the last video. I'm sure you're glad. Thanks for watching. Like I always say, like if you like. Don't bother if you don't. We won't fall out about it. Subscribe if you like. We're getting close to a magical 100 subscribers, which is completely amazing. So thanks very much. Have a nice day. Goodbye.